One of the most frequent questions that I have gotten from viewers anytime I do any kind of Q&A is, can Trump actually go to jail? And if so, what would that look like? And there is a very specific kind of set of events that take place if Donald Trump were to be convicted. So here's a question I got from Chuck Raglan 9972, who asks, when Trump is convicted in a court of law, what will that look like? Will Trump go straight to prison? What would that mean for the Republican convention? It'd mean chaos for the convention, to be honest. Let's go ahead and start with that. It would be total, utter chaos for Republicans to have to go into a nominating convention and say, like, yeah, we're going to pick the felon, I guess. But with Trump's first trial now on the schedule for March 25th, we will have a verdict before, assuming that trial stays on pace, before the convention. So they would have a chance, by the way, and this is worth pointing out, at the convention, they could simply vote for somebody else. Here's how that works, by the way. It's funny to think about because we don't actually have a democratic system here in the United States at all, right? Our popular vote is actually overtaken by the Electoral College. In the nominating process, technically those electors can go to that nominating convention and nominate whoever they want. Let's not forget that in 2016, Ted Cruz, at his speech at the Republican convention where they were about to nominate Trump, he actually told the electors, vote your conscience, trying to get them to vote for somebody else who then would have been the nominee. So there's no laws governing it at all. They can vote for whoever they want. So if Trump has a conviction, they could all just say, you know what, I vote for Nikki Haley. So they do have an out if the convention has not taken place yet. In terms of what will it look like in terms of jail time, many different possibilities here. But in a criminal trial, here is what happens. When that jury comes back, and if they say, yes, he's guilty on, 1 count, 10 counts, or the 34 counts he's facing in New York, doesn't matter how many, the judge does not automatically say, 5 years, get out of here, bailiff, take him away. That's not what happens. Movies and TV shows make us think that that happens. That's not it at all. What then happens is they will say, okay, you are guilty. I am going to schedule a sentencing date for the future. Sometimes that sentencing date can be 6 months or longer into the future. And then at the sentencing date, that does not mean that Trump goes to jail. The judge sits there, is like 10 years, take him away. That doesn't happen. Sometimes it does, sure, especially if the individual is violent. And also, for the record, if you do get a guilty verdict from a jury, if it is determined this person's violent, like if they committed a murder or a sexual assault, they usually will be taken away immediately and put in jail. So that can happen. It's not common. But at the sentencing date, the judge will say, okay, here's your sentence set to begin 2 months from now, or 3 months from now, or a week from now. It's usually not at that very moment. Trump will have time to get his affairs in order before he reports to prison. So that's what it would look like if Donald Trump goes to jail. Because of that, do I think that Donald Trump will be in jail if convicted on all counts in New York by Election Day? No. Not to mention the fact that, of course, if he gets the guilty verdict, his lawyers are going to appeal it. They will ask for a stay in any kind of sentencing. And if he does get sentenced while the appeal is ongoing, they will ask for a stay of the sentence till the appeal. There's lots of things that can happen. Will Trump go to jail even if convicted this year? I think the answer to that is no. But could he be a convicted felon before summertime? Hell yeah, he could. And that is going to hurt him just as bad as if he were sitting in a jail cell.